Wake Robin Farm, 70 acres in the heart of the mountains in North Carolina, owned by Steve Bardwell and Gail Lunsford. It's been in Gail's family since the early 1800s. In the 1990s, upon returning to the area, they found Madison County struggled with a changing economy. Tobacco farming was in decline. Gail and Steve worked to establish a farmers market to support traditional farming practices. However, there was no fresh bread, so Gail decided to learn to bake. Steve researched ovens and hand-built a traditional European oven, powered by wood harvested using forestry management techniques. Gail captured wild yeast from the air, giving the bread a local tang. She came up with a simple 3-ingredient recipe: water, salt, and flour, from Carolina ground mill.
We launched to connect the farmer, miller, and baker here in the South. My background is as a baker. For 14 years I ran a wood-fired brick oven bakery. We are milling red wheat, hard wheat, which is bread wheat, pastry wheat, which is soft wheat, rye. Renz Abruzzi is the heritage variety that grows well here in the South.
3 years ago, they handed off the reins to Beth Sollers, who keeps the tradition going.
Starter it's a natural yeast as far as I know, and I mean you can capture it. For example, the cloudy stuff on cabbage or the cloudy stuff on grape skin, that's yeast. Steve and Gail captured that yeast. It was a wild yeast that they captured and have kept the starter going for, you could check with them, but I think it's about 13 to 15 years. I mean, bread is an ancient thing. I mean, if you look back in all cultures and all traditions, bread has been in some way a part of human existence. And so I think that especially now with people going back, to getting rid of all the crap that we have been putting into the food. As far as the fire and the oven are concerned, for a Saturday market, I start my fire on Thursday, and I'm starting with a fairly cold oven, but I can get the oven up to about 11 or 1200 degrees, and then seal up the oven and let all of that heat get into the layers of insulation and the layers of brick, and the temperature will start to come down, but it evens out the oven. And once it gets to about 650 degrees, which is usually sometime in the evening on Friday the next day, then I have to have my doughs ready to go. I just load all the bread up and take it to market, and probably at least 3 or 4 different kinds of bread are actually still too hot to even bag when I'm headed to market. So it's very fresh when I get it to market.
Coming out to the market when we moved to Asheville about 5 years ago, and we started discovering all the local breads. We really loved that part of Asheville, having all these locally made things. So we've been out to Wake Robin Farms, see where the bread is made. We just love the fact that we know where bread's coming from, who's making it, get to have a relationship with them, and it's great bread.
Okay. I first encountered Beth's awesome bread a couple years ago when we moved here from Southern California. And I found out about the North Asheville Tailgate Market, and we came because we're big farmers market people, and we like really good bread as opposed to that doughy stuff they give you at the market. So we came by, we talked to Beth, we found out how she does the actual baking, which is really fabulous, because there's a lot of, you don't have artisan baking really much anymore. We started buying different kinds of breads. Ciabatta, the seedy, all those good breads. And her challah, she does a really good sliced challah.
To Asheville about 6 years ago, and I found this farmer's market, which is lovely, and I saw her famous sticky buns, and that was it for me. World famous sticky buns.
market for 2 hours and pretty much sold out of the top row. And my bad boy, which is my most popular bread, it's a seeded French sourdough, sells out pretty quick. And, so we got 2 more hours, and I think they'll probably clear it out. Really?